Hi, it's technically Thursday. Needed to record a video. Not a vlog. Let's do this. Forcing myself to do it, even if the vlog's terrible. I got nothing to talk about. Aside from stuff that I've been talking about for the past, like, 5 or so vlogs in general, where I'm just like, I'm sad. I won't amount to anything. And that is still what my brain is kind of screaming at me. Uh, but yeah, one thing that has definitely helped a lot though recently is that I recently hang out with some friends uh, who were very supportive and stuff. Just hanging out with them just for like a short 2 hours just was so rejuvenating. But at the same time, I still just instantly fall back into my oh, I'm sad again thing, and I just uh, E3 for games, I guess I could talk about that, is something that has been really exciting me a lot, and is like aside from a few things, aside from oh, I know there's definitely going to be more Kingdom Hearts games in the future and stuff like that, and more Persona games and more just Zelda games and stuff like that, but not knowing what those games are going to be, them not being announced yet and stuff like that, it was kind of hard to stay motivated. Because aside from Persona 5 the Royal, uh, I wasn't really that excited for too much. Well, I guess it was the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC. But aside from those things, it was just mainly backlog that I wanted to get to and stuff. But when it came just trying to be excited for things, E3 really did do a lot for me. I'm a lot more excited for Final Fantasy VII Remake. I wasn't the biggest fan of the original. I always wanted to like the original, but when I bought it and played it for PlayStation Classics, I didn't really like it. It definitely has some neat mechanics, but just a lot of them just either come too late in the game to really matter, or I just didn't like the story that much. Uh, and the remake looks really fun, especially what people have been saying about it on Twitter. It's I want to play that game. Even if the story's crap, even if they just ruin everything about anything that was good in the original and does nothing about it elsewise, the combat system will definitely be worth playing because that just looks a lot of fun to play. Honestly, it looks like a mix between Final Fantasy 12 and Crisis Core, because 12 had that same command menu pauses the action sort of thing. You set the ATB to wait, uh, and Crisis Core with its more action based combat, because that's always what it looked like a bit to me. It's like Crisis Core, where it's there's not really aerial combat and stuff like that, but you still get materia and stuff to use, and you still have MP. You can still block and dodge in real time, stuff like that. Uh, yeah, the Breath of the Wild 2, which is probably one of my most excited for games. I think Zelda games are just inherently very exciting, especially when this one's seems like it's taking a bit of the Majora's Mask route, where it's more scarier, more story driven. Even if it just has a bit more story compared to Breath of the Wild original, I think that'd just be just super good. I think Breath of the Wild introduces a lot of interesting ideas to the Zeldaverse, but kind of drops the ball on a lot of things story wise. The story in Breath of the Wild is easily the most disappointing aspect of that game, aside from just lore bits that introduce and stuff like that. Uh, Another thing, uh, well, I'm, I'm gonna try to what I'm speaking about in my head. But yeah, it's even with that stuff, giving me a big motivational boost, just looking forward to those games and stuff like that. And wanting to I want to work, I want to do things, I want to earn money, I want to, you know, do what I want to do, uh, professionally, consistently. For one, that's my biggest goal is just be consistent about things. That's why I'm forcing myself to make this vlog right now, because my due date, because I just happened to say I was going to make a video at least once every week and it just happened to be on Thursday, so Thursdays are my upload day. Bit of an odd day. It's not even like halfway for the week. It's not the Fridays that most people go for. I guess I'm undercutting most of the YouTube community where I am now uploading on Thursdays. And then someone's gonna undercut me and upload on Wednesdays, and then they're gonna get undercut by me because I'm gonna upload on Tuesdays. Then they upload on Mondays, and I upload on Sundays, and then we wrap all the way back around to Thursday. Yeah. So yeah. I haven't really been drawing that much. Like, I've been trying to draw, but I've just been kind of stuck at drawing faces again. But at least I'm drawing something. It's like 1:55 a.m., almost 2 a.m. One thing I definitely want to get better with my sleep schedule is not sleep for 10 hours, because that's not actually necessarily healthy. It might be healthy if you're needing to catch up on sleep, but for me, like, I'm consistently sleeping 10 hours. I could easily cut like 2 or 3 of those hours, and alarm clocks actually don't help. Like, I stopped using alarm clocks, then I started using alarm clocks again, and they don't help me. I tried different kinds of alarms. I tried different times when I go to sleep. I just can't wake up, and I think that's more of a motivational thing, because if I remember correctly, every time when I wake up and still in that groggy state, I just can't get up. I'm not motivated to get out of my bed. It definitely helps when if I have like thrown off my blanket in my sleep, so I feel less comfortable. Summer and winter are like the 2 worst seasons for me. It used to be just winter, but now it's like starting to affect in summer. Spring and fall, I can usually wake up pretty easily, but something about the more extreme weather that just makes me harder to wake up. So I guess I could attack that onto the goals, is just wake up better, find motivation to get out of bed, because I just remember just laying there, just not doing anything, not like just falling bit back into sleep, waking up again, bit back into sleep, and alarms just don't help. But the thing I did notice is that if someone asks me, or if there's something that I need to do at a time where I know I can wake up by, I tend to wake up a lot easier. Like with the E3 Direct, I was planning to wake up around like 8 or 9 o'clock, and I was able to get up only a little bit after the alarm goes up. And sometimes, like, when someone asks me, oh, hey, can you do this at noon? Like, one of my family members at the house just like, oh, hey, do this by noon or something like that. I'm like, okay, then I wake up by 9. I'm like, what? I still got like 3 hours. I guess it's just like a part of me that I just like getting stuff done as soon as I can. If it's not too much of a pain to do so. Oh, yeah, good. Oh, all the yawns. How many yawns per minute I'm going to have? Yeah, I'm not really that sleepy. Like, I look a bit tired and stuff. But, yeah, it's like, I don't want to go to sleep ever. And I don't want to wake up. I don't like going to sleep because I hate wasting time sleeping. That's just something I just really don't like. But when I'm asleep, I'm like, I don't want to get up. That's something I really do need to fix, though. I want to be more productive. So main goals right now: consistency and productivity. I'm gonna focus a little bit more on consistency because I think that's my bigger issue. Because if I get into the flow stuff, like, I can be very productive. It's just that trying to get to that point is horribly inconsistent, and trying to keep it up is also inconsistent. So everything about it is just inconsistent. So I get the production stuff if I can get the consistency stuff. Even if I'm not very productive after I become more consistent, then I can still focus on my productivity after that point, because I know I can consistently do something, but now it's time to make it more effective, sort of thing. It's I'm gonna compare it to kind of like a video game where in Disgaea, uh, you got two main ways to power up your characters: power leveling with reincarnation, getting your total levels up and base stats and stuff like that, and then your items and leveling up your items, perfecting items, increasing their level up bonuses with the kind of specialists they have and stuff like that. And there's gonna be points of the game where in the post game, where there's times where you just need to power level quite a bit. So a lot of the early game is just power leveling. Then after to a point, you need to start leveling up items. Then you use there's better items to power level up further. So it's like kind of like taking it in steps. Like once one gets started ahead, it starts getting diminishing returns. Then you get the other items. Your levels start to gain diminished returns, and you get items, and those better items allow you to power level even faster and better and start getting better returns from that. And you keep going back and forth as you get better base stats, you get better items. It's easier to perfect items, easier to perfect higher ranked items and stuff like that. Then when you have better items, you can power grind your levels and stuff. I think I explained that right. So it's kind of like that. So my consistency, I guess you can say, is like my power leveling and my no, that would be items actually. It'll be items, and then the productivity would be my power leveling. So yeah, I need to get a better consistency so I can power level better and get more productivity out of it. Yeah, I think. I think that's how it should work. Yeah. I think that'll be it for this video. No, nothing. Nothing fancy. Just, hey, made a video. Gonna upload it right now.